What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, we're coming back to Bruce Springsteen. Yes, indeed. Bruce Springsteen Fans Feeling You. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi-bob, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Ben Guevara, and Ben wanted to see me react to this song by Bruce Springsteen called Kitty's Back. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, yeah, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Bruce Springsteen, yeah, surprise, surprise, and the video has 158,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Kitty's back. That's all I got. I got some album artwork here. It does say Bruce Springsteen, so I'm hoping we're in the right place. Look, this is the link that was given to me, so if we're not in the right spot, don't blame me, blame Ben, all right? All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Kitty long size hole and Kitty's black too. She left to marry some top cat, ain't the cold truth. In their heads there's been a tally since Sally left the alley. Since Kitty left a big pretty thing, so got pretty thing. Yeah. It's tight on this fastness and undoes the muscle in it.
Speeding up.
Somehow lost his baby down on Bleecker Street. It's sad, but it sure is true. Cat shrugs his shoulders, sits back inside. Ooh, what can I do? Ooh, what can I do?
I know it's on purpose. I know it's on purpose. I know they're doing it on purpose. I just don't understand why. What I'm talking about is the accelerandos and the decelerandos, the speeding up and the slowing down. I know it's being done intentionally. I know it's being done on purpose. Bruce Springsteen would not have allowed a mistake like that to be on the recording. He would not have allowed that. Not with his name going on it. Absolutely not. So it's intentional. The song was designed this way on purpose. I just don't understand why, though. I don't get it. There has to be a reason. There has to be. So what is that speeding up and slowing down doing? Is it helping with the lyrics? Is it helping with the storytelling? I don't know. I don't. Lyrics aren't my thing, so I really have no idea what the song's about. But maybe that's the point. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why we have that speeding up and the slowing down, because suddenly the pacing of the story being told is suddenly having to accelerate, like we're hitting a critical point. And when we get past the critical point, okay, we can slow down again. We can slow down again. We can pump the brakes, you know? Maybe that's the reason why. I don't know, but it's weird. It doesn't sound bad. It's not terrible. Like I said, if this was like, okay, here's the difference. If this was some demo from Johnny Nobody and the Never Will Be's, you know, based out of Dayton, Ohio, recorded in, you know, the bass player's mom's basement, or actually, it's not really the bass player, it's the drummer who has the most equipment. So in the drummer's mom's basement, and they recorded this with a microphone in the middle of the room and everybody facing the microphone. And they just decided to record that. And I heard rushing and dragging like that, then I would say that's just sloppy playing. That's they need to work with a metronome, you know, but that's not the case here. That is definitely not the case here. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to make of it. It doesn't sound bad, and like I said, I'm sure there's a reason for it. I just wish I knew what the reason was. Let's keep going here.
What can I do? What can I
Speeding up again. There were no lyrics. I don't know. I don't know. I know it's on purpose. I know it's not sloppy playing. I know it's not undisciplined playing. I mean, it's Bruce freaking Springsteen, for crying out loud. I mean, he would, if that were the case, he would never have allowed it on the album. I don't understand why. Everything sounds fine. Don't get me wrong. I love the horns. The horns are nice. You ever get that soulful feel for sure with that brightness. I am hearing the bass clear as day, and I love the shuffle feel that's being established between the drummer and the bass player. Bass player is just doing that bass line, not quite a walking bass line, but almost. But with a lot of those 8th note pickups, do 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 do. I love that, man. I love that. I love that bass line work. He and the drummer are absolutely locked in with that shuffle feel. I dig it. I'm assuming that's Bruce doing the guitar soloing. It sounds like a Bruce Springsteen style guitar. A lot of pinch harmonics in there. I'm digging everything about the song. I am. It's just the tempo changes are a little. For someone like me who is only hearing this song for the very first time, it's a little off-putting. Now, I'm sure for Bruce Springsteen fans who have heard this song 15, 20, 30, 50 times, they're perfectly fine with it because they're ready for it. They're braced for it. They know it's coming. So there's no surprises. For someone like me who's listened to the song for the first time, it's a little odd. It feels weird, man. It really does. Not too weird. I mean, it's not like they're slowing down by 50 beats per minute or 80 beats per minute. It's not like that, but it's noticeable. It's definitely noticeable. Let's keep going here. Let's see how this goes. 704. Doesn't feel like it. It actually, I hate to say it, it actually felt longer than that. It did. This song did kind of drag a little bit. But it's funny because it's not what you think. It's not what you think. I guarantee you. You think you know why this felt like it dragged to me? No, you don't. No, you don't. I promise you, you don't. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Bruce Springsteen with Kitty's Back. This was a request from Ben Guevara. Not their best song, if I'm being honest with you. Not his best work. But it's not terrible. It's not bad. It's not even in the negatives. It's not even an okay. Let's start off with the score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.3. Yeah, 7.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. First things first, 7.3. What does that mean? Well, 7.3 would translate to a really good scale rating. So I think it's a really good song, okay? Not great, but really good. I would give it 4 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. So there you go, a 7.3, which equals a really good scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with this score? Haha! So glad you asked. Okay. There were a number of things I liked about the song. Number one, the horns. Yeah. Yeah, those horns. Oh, yeah. Really doing some great dynamic play. Great usage of dynamics, using them appropriately in all the right spots. Not just that, but also changing up their attack when needed, when we're in a soft volume. They're able to soften their attack and make it less, as my band director in high school used to so infamously put it, not so blatty. But then when it came time to, belt it out, oh yeah, they got blatty. They absolutely got blatty. And there's nothing wrong with that. When you're playing fortissimo, it's almost expected that you get blatty, so that's fine. So they did a great job of playing around with what they were doing and playing appropriately in the proper spots. The guitar work sounded clean. I liked it. The guitar solos that Bruce was doing sounded appropriate. He really does like those pinch harmonics, doesn't he? With the back of his hand, right here, the edge of the blade of his hand against the string, right when he's picking it. Man, he loves that. Get that high pitched little squeal there. That's kind of a trademark of his, from what I've been told in the comments. So I see it being used here quite frequently, and I believe that. The biggest thing for me was the bass playing and the drumming, especially together, locked in together, the way that they were to create that shuffle feel. The drummer with that laid back, the laid back snare attacks, man, he was absolutely laying back on those, almost to the point where it felt like he was going to fall out of his chair on occasion. Combine that with the bass player's almost, not quite, but almost walking pattern, with a lot of those eighth note pickups, and not always in the same place. It wasn't always the and of 4. Sometimes it was the and of 4. Sometimes it was the and of 1. Sometimes it was the and of 2. Sometimes it was the and of 3. I mean, and sometimes in some measures he wouldn't have a pickup at all. You went a measure or two without a pickup, and then he would do like 2 pickups in a row in 2 separate measures. He was constantly changing it up, and that felt very jazz to me. I absolutely loved that. Combine that with the drummer, man, they both set up a great feel for this song. It felt good. As far as the tempo changes, listen, it's Bruce Springsteen, okay? I know that was not sloppy playing. I know that was not undisciplined playing. I know that was not a mistake because Bruce would not have allowed that to go on an album. You know, if that had been live, I would have maybe questioned it. It really depends on, you know, are they using in-ears or not? I mean, maybe if I saw this live from back in the 70s when there were no in-ears yet, and most drummers weren't even playing with a click yet. They were just relying completely on feel. Depending on who the drummer was, I might look at that drummer and go, what in the world are you doing? Because now the rest of the band has to follow the drummer, right? Otherwise, the drummer's gonna rush ahead while the rest of the band's like, nah, man, we're staying at this tempo, and boy, is it gonna fall apart. Now, when you have a majority voice like the drummer, a very powerful voice like the drummer, a very important role like the drummer, you kind of have to, you're kind of a slave to him. You kind of have to go along with it. You know, if he's rushing or dragging, you gotta go with it, otherwise the song's gonna completely fall apart. But here's the thing, it's Bruce Springsteen on an album that was recorded and edited and pressed and released. He would not have allowed that. He would not have, if that was a mistake. So it has to be on purpose. There has to be a reason for it. I just wish I knew what that reason was. I have no clue. Was it entertaining? To some extent, yes. It was also a little distracting, if I'm being honest. It was weird. It was really weird. But I mean, I'm not saying, look, I'm not saying they're not allowed to do that. I'm not saying that whatsoever. Look, it's his song. He wrote it how he wants it. He arranged it how he wants it. And I've said this time and time again, when it comes to stuff like this, there are no rules. You know, if you what are the rules? What are the rules? You know, if you really want to put accelerandos and decelerandos into your song, go ahead. You know, as long as there's a reason for it, you know, it makes perfect sense. Sure, no problem. I don't know what that reason is, so it doesn't make sense to me. But I'm sure there is a reason. I just wish I knew what it was. So if people in the comments, could you please cue me in? You know, put me in the know. I'd like to be in the know. I would. I'd like to be in the know like all of you are. Because I'm sure there's a lot of Bruce Springsteen fans right now going, he doesn't get it.
I don't even know if that's PG.
Well, here's the problem. You're right, I don't get it. And as a result, it's just leaving question marks in my head, and I don't like having question marks in my head. Like I have enough in there. I don't need more. So please in the comments, let me know what's going on there. Did that affect the score? Normally it would, but because this is a recorded album, edited, pressed, released with Bruce Springsteen's blessing, there's gotta be a reason. There has to be a reason. So I can't take points off of that for sloppy playing because it wasn't sloppy playing. It was intentional. So do I take points off for that? No. Plus, it wasn't such a distraction. I mean, it wasn't so bad that it became a distraction. Let me put it to you that way. It wasn't like we were going from, 120 beats per minute down to like 50, or 180 beats per minute down to like, 100. It wasn't like that, but it was noticeable. It was noticeable, but it was also done very cleanly. And everybody did it together. Again, further proof that it was done on purpose. So, no, I didn't take any points off for it. The only thing I took points off for was the length of the song. It was over 7 minutes. 7 minutes and 3 seconds, I think it was. I'm gonna be honest with you folks, it felt like 8. It did drag. Now here's the thing. It dragged for the last 2 minutes. The last 2 minutes of the song that were just very repetitive. They could have cut that in half. And I would have been, I'm looking at the song, I'm looking where I listened to. If they had cut the last minute off, would it have affected the song in any way, shape, or form in a negative way? I don't think so. I don't think that last minute was necessary. It just added to the length of the song. And I'm just not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of when bands just add on length to the song just for the sake of making the song longer. If it doesn't add or contribute in a positive way to the song's growth and development and evolution. So, Yeah, the last minute I don't think was necessary at all. They could have made this a 6-minute song, and if they had done that, it would have felt like a 6-minute song. It would have felt exactly right. But because that last 2 minutes just dragged on and on and on and was just repetitive as hell, it did feel like it was dragging. As a result, instead of feeling like 7 minutes, it felt like 8. So anyway, that's how we came up with the 7.3. The score did come down a little bit, but not a lot, guys. We're literally talking about maybe a 0.1, possibly 0.2 difference. So it wasn't that big of a deal. We came down from like either a 7.5 or a 7.4 down to a 7.3. There's really no difference at all. So anyway, that's where we're at, 7.3. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got a 7.3, which is a really good scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.